Now to going back to your question, vestibular. I will be perfectly honest and say that I don't know if I necessarily train all of these systems independently of each other to isolate, primarily because given that age range, we're looking more so for integration. I hate to be the person to be like, oh, well, that's just my experience, because, but I think that there's a lot to be said where, like, can we focus more on, rather than isolated situations, how can we focus more on like integrating everything together? So there's a whole nother conversation about like balancing on a Bosu ball and like how helpful is that? Depends on your goals. I'm not going to knock it. In our case, if we're trying to find stability, it's hard to say that like, oh, this is just a vestibular problem, just a proprioceptive, just visual. It can be more biased to one or the other, but it's always nice to kind of like see where we can integrate all these things. So typically now, if we're talking obviously like Eurocentric, more Western forms of classical dance, so we're always in this like, port de bras informed position. If I'm up here like this, then obviously like my neck muscles are going to have a little bit more tension, which then can, not to say that it throws it off, but then like that does limit a little bit of awareness through here. So even something really simple as like a single leg stance and you pull the band apart, where you have to think about that the resistance on that one might be, oh, nice, we're good. Yes, okay. So as I'm pulling apart here, I'm thinking about my shoulder blades being able to open and spread, and I can keep that intention in between. And then from here, what happens then when I begin to, let's do an eyes fixed head rotation, right? And you can feel the length of the muscle as we're rotating.